What I did do today is I got nuts, though. I didn't do any season props, but the touchdown passes are 18.5. It's probably smarter maybe just to bet this if he's going to win Rookie of the Year. But other than Marvin Harrison, 6-1, who I think is the best wide receiver that we've seen in the draft the last 5 years. Everybody keeps saying like Neighbors is 1B. Neighbors is awesome. I don't know that he's 1B. I think Marvin Harrison's like 1A, and then everybody else is 2A, 2B, 2C. If that makes sense.
It does make sense.
I took Bo Nix 28-1 to win Rookie of the Year.
Really? Tell me how it happens.
So he plays within the Sean Payton offense. And the Sean Payton offense is dinking and dunking, making the smart throws. And that's exactly what Bo Nix did 2 years ago at Oregon when he completed like 75% of his passes. And I was like, you know what? That was probably Dillingham's offense. New OC last year. Bo Nix was even better. I don't really worry about the loss of Jerry Jeudy because I think he absolutely stinks. Maybe he finds some success because he doesn't have to be wide receiver number 1 or maybe even 2 in Cleveland. But I kind of still like Denver's weapons enough. And if Sean Payton isn't just totally washed and the game hasn't passed them by, it isn't like they have to win 8-9 games. That doesn't matter. Bo Nix just has to go out there, complete like 60% of his passes, throw 25 touchdown passes, which maybe happens. Like maybe Bo Nix isn't a complete disaster. He's also the most experienced quarterback. He's like our age.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you have an experienced quarterback who's most likely going to start. Denver's defense hasn't completely fallen off a cliff. And who knows? Like maybe they are a surprise team.
Here's my question, though.
And Russell Wilson kind of balled out from last year. Now you put Bo Nix in that offense.
Who's he throwing the football to, though?
Well, that's what we worry about.
That's the concern, is that if Cortland Sutton does actually get traded, or, I mean, apparently he doesn't want to be there anymore. You've
Shocker.
got Josh Reynolds, Marvin Mims, Tim Patrick, who we haven't seen in years.
Yeah.
I've been pumping Marvin Mims tires for a long time.
I would like to see Cortland Sutton stay and play with Bo Nix.
That would make a big difference. There's no question.
Josh Reynolds, Josh Reynolds was awesome in Detroit last year because him and Jared Goff are best friends.
What about Troy Franklin?
Troy Franklin.
Troy Franklin.
Yeah, his old buddy.
It's already
his best
written.
Friend.
Yeah, they have obviously the on-field chemistry from their time at Oregon. That was I think that was a really intriguing and smart pick to grease the wheels for Bo Nix and put someone in that system that he's already comfortable with and has a chemistry and connection with.
I think 28-1 is a crazy price for a guy that's probably starting week 1, and I'm not going to bet Caleb Williams 2-1 to win Rookie of the Year.
That's worthless.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Jaden, okay. Like if you could get it 8-1, but what I'm hoping for is maybe like there's because I think with Jaden the first couple weeks he's going to be a little bit of a project. In the first couple weeks may not look great, especially in that offense. But then he's really going to come on like the second half of the season, so we could get a better price. And if Caleb just balls out right away, or the Bears are winning games right away, his price isn't going to get any better. So that's why, Bo Nix 28-1, not a bad.
Let's take Caleb Williams out of this equation here. 2-1 to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. If we take Caleb Williams out of it, what other rookie? It sounds to me like I think I know your answer, but what other rookie quarterback would you bet to win Offensive Rookie of the Year?
Jaden Daniels.
Yep, figured it would be the case. Yep.
Yeah, listen, I would have loved this. As a radio dude, that would have been a real cool moment to, pull the rug out and give you a Drake
Spencer
May
Rattler?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was wondering. I figured you was waiting for you to be like, Bo Nix, actually, because he's going to get a lot more. He's going to throw the ball more. But no, that's it. Jaden Daniels, listen, makes me happy because my Commanders actually may have a quarterback for a change, which would be nice.
I want you to know I called Spencer Rattler the steal of the draft. I thought he was going to be a second-round cat. In fact, I had this argument on my show today. If Atlanta doesn't take Michael Penix Jr. at 8, if they don't go Penix at 8, they're taking Spencer in round 2. They were interested. They wanted that guy. Down here in South Carolina, it wasn't really a secret that Atlanta was kind of interested, but they decided to go with the shock route. Shefty said on, I think, McAfee's show yesterday that the two teams that wanted him the most were Denver and Atlanta. And once those teams ended up with Penix Jr. and Bo Nix and all the top-flight quarterbacks were off the board, the only team that it shocks me that did not take Spencer Rattler was Las Vegas. I really thought the Raiders were a perfect landing spot for Spencer Rattler. The fact that they passed on it blows my mind. It just proves to me, Cody Decker, I love you, bro. You're my guy. But the Raiders are still the Raiders, and they're just going to keep being the damn Raiders until the next Davis steps in and takes over the franchise. Him to New Orleans is interesting because I think it's a good landing spot. There's not a lot of pressure there. You got Derek Carr. You've got the ability to keep Taysom Hill on as QB3 because he does so many other gadget spots. The only problem you have there is the Saints are so damn tied to all the ex-Raiders, which is why my team sucks, like Dennis Allen and Derek Carr, that they're going to be afraid to move on and try something. I think the end of next year, Dennis Allen's gone, Derek Carr is gone, Spencer Rattler steps in with a new offensive-minded coach, because I don't know why we decided defensive-minded coach is the way to go, and Spencer Rattler's in a real good spot. But as far as winning a Rookie of the Year in the next couple, or in this upcoming year, if you're not going to let me have Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels is him. I don't know how many more times I have to say it.
I don't believe in New York right now. Here's the reason why. And I was talking to somebody about this in terms of like the flow of the offense. And Jalen, I love Jalen. You guys know I've been riding for Jalen for years. Yeah. Literally since he was on the Dallas Mavericks. I feel like I was on Jalen Brunson Island being like, he deserves to be paid. Mm-hmm. He's going to get over $100 million. Mm-hmm. People were telling me I was crazy, a.k.a. one of our former co-hosts got into a huge debate with me about this. So I am like a big Jalen Brunson fan. But my man's like shooting 35 shots a game right now. Yeah. And then you're like, okay, that's not a problem because there's no one else that you can rely on to get you a bucket down the stretch. Who else is going to be able to create his own shot on this team right now? No one.
And that's what they're lacking.
No one can get their own shot off the dribble. No. Nobody. Not even OG Anunoby. So you've got Jalen, and they're not running pick and roll with them. They're not bringing, Josh Hart's not bringing the ball up, and they're bringing Jalen Brunson off of, like, dribble handoffs or screens or, like, getting him open like Steph Curry gets open. Oh, no. We're just going to keep the ball in Jalen Brunson's hands the whole time. They will get, and I thought that they would compete with the Celtics, and maybe they'll win one. But they're not beating the Celtics team. No chance. Like, this team isn't beating, nobody's beating the Celtics.
And I'm there. And that's what makes it so difficult having Jalen Brunson be like their guy, like the guy, because the size does matter here. Because if you're playing the Celtics, you got Drew Holiday that can match up on him. You got Derek White that can match up on him. You could have Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum on switches go over and you have bigger guys, bigger wings that can defend. That'll go make his life miserable because that's the number one guy that you have to watch for the Knicks is Jalen Brunson. Now, Josh Hart could go off for 20. Yeah, OG Anunoby could go get you like 16 and 7 and, be obviously a great defender. We know the Knicks are way better with him. The Knicks don't have a second option in terms of here's the ball. We put it in your hands, fourth quarter, go get us buckets, win the game. They don't have a Jamal Murray.
There's no two-man game.
There's nothing.
You can't run a two-man game.
Now, if they had Prime Mello back there in the Garden, Trysta, woo, let me tell you, that'd be fun to watch. But
I don't think there's enough balls to go around between Jalen Brunson and
Prime
Mello, honestly.
No. But, like if they could find somebody that could work within a system that is a bucket getter but also knows how to move the ball, understands that it's going to be not just
on and off
ISO.
The ball.
Yes.
Like Devin Booker.
Yeah, that's...
Honestly, Devin Booker is the one.
I'm picturing it.
The one.
It's beautiful. Oh, Devin Booker
in the
Garden
Deuce.
Right now.
Like I thought it might be Deuce. It's not Deuce. Deuce is a catch and shoot 3-point shooter.
No.
He's not really doing
He's a great
anything.
spark plug off the bench for you,
He's not breaking anybody down off the dribble. And you need that in the playoffs. It's a half-court game. You're not getting nearly as many transition baskets as you're getting in the regular season. So, I think the Knicks are cooked.